Without Don Drummond, the Scatterlights were never quite the same again. And anyway, musicians couldn't make that much money in Jamaica. To make a living, many of the most talented musicians joined the thousands of other Jamaicans on the boat to England.
It was one that changed from Jamaica for me. I play music long time and when I really play with no band or nothing, you know, so coming to England, try out my luck.
To the newly arrived Jamaican, London nightlife was a strange and often unnerving experience.
When you go there, you know what they was playing. Bottoms up and the choo-choo-choo and all these kind of things. Knees up. Are you coming from Jamaica where you used to? So we couldn't take it. And the jazz club, well, it's never on. Every club you go in London is, sorry, you got to be a member. Won't let you in. Once you're black, you can't get in. You know what I mean? You couldn't get into Ronnie Scott. You couldn't get into Lions Corner House, the big jazz club. So then I said to Vinny, look, you build a song, we will support you and get the record like Jamaica from America. And this is how it starts.
My parents were only here 5 or 6, 7 years until 1965. So it was almost like a letter from home, hearing rhythm tracks from Jamaica. Shebeens and blues dances weren't just exclusively for people. Yeah,
it started off exclusive. It started off.
They were in certain areas.
As well. I mean, you worked on the buses, right? And you were the conductor and the driver was white. And then you know you can't help but being together all day long, right? And you talk about what you do for recreation, and then you say to the driver, look, we're having a party over so and so and so and so. And he comes around and thinks, oh, that's nice, isn't it? And he tells another few of his mates of it.
Little Miss Muffet, she sat on a tuffet, eating up curls and whey. Came a big spider, sat down beside her. He frightened Miss Muffet away. Watch out! Whoa! 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 Play come off now.
We used to go down to number 9 Blenheim Crescent, where was a little cafe with a little jukebox, and you get some food. And I always remember Carolina was on the jukebox, and in back there was a kitchen with a chef, and you can get meat and rice. That must have been 1961.
Up on the hill, fetched him a pail of water. Jackie fell down and it bust him home.
Sister Ignatius from Alpha gave me the money to come to England. I was like our #1 boy, like best boy then, you know what I mean? And she used to look after me in school very good.
He took the trumpet. He was very helpful because I used to send him to my brother's store and so on. He used to do shopping for me.
There's this great cultural mix. And at the same time, Buster came over from Jamaica and we had access to West Indian records.
Greatly opened areas because the British market, I mean, British record releases was pretty limited at that time. You know, we were hearing cover versions. You had to hear the original.
Yeah, we had access to the real thing. You felt like you were at the start of something there.
By 1962, the scene was big enough to move from West London to the West End. Soon, Count Suckle's The Roaring Twenties in Carnaby Street became one of the hippest venues in town.
It was a late-night dive. Maltese, prostitutes, striptease girls, the whole of the West End. Everybody, white, musician, because they come down. The Rolling Stones, they were scruffy. All of that Stones. Because they used to play round the corner at a club called The Scene in Windmill Street, downstairs. A girl named Sandra used to run it. People was like coming at 5 in the morning, 6, and that's when I met Christine Keeler, Mandy Rack Davis, and Perfumer. I mean, I didn't know he was a minister at the time, but he just come down with the girls. Well, we used to say he was a sugar daddy.
I come at the early 20s, sometimes it's 20 of us, 20, 15, And going home was a problem to her. We couldn't get no taxi to go home. Sometimes we have to walk, And sometimes along the way you get thirsty, So you drink all the milk and the orange juice inside, So you have a lot of fun, You're so tired coming from the dance, the snow, So it was an experience in the 60s, and I just come here,
I wonder when I come the first time in England, I remember. First I leave Jamaica, right? When I come over London, I look through the plane. And I wonder if people live here. In your storybooks, I read so much about 3 Little Pigs and the Wolf. And you see, the trouble is they draw the house in the book. Then when I come in, all the house stuff look like pure that house. When I end of the year, and you look down, it's pure that kind of house. I say, oh here. And I look for the wolf, because
and wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day.
Ska in Britain was distributed on the Blue Beat label, which was how it became known. Blue Beat was the music of choice for the mods, the scooter-riding youths who flocked to the concerts and made Britain a hugely important market for the music.
They saw me as a rebel and identified themselves as such. So there was some compatibility there. I think so, because you should see them when I make the show. It's just come like me and them as one. And then protect her right through the tour.
Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do.
By 1964, Jamaican record entrepreneur Chris Blackwell was convinced he could get a UK hit with a ska record. He had the right singer in Millie Small, so he brought over Ernest Ranglin to London to provide the spark.
In my house, it was more on the blues spot. You was listening to a couple of blue beat tunes and stuff like that, And then the biggest breakthrough was when, Millie Smalls came out with My Boy Lollipop, and I think that changed everybody.
We started to get hits in England because that's where it became an international music, especially with My Boy Lollipop by Millie Small. That put us on the map. So the uptown people started to take note to make it a national sound rather than downtown sound.
Yes, this is ska, original and indigenous. These instruments are playing a monotonic grassroots rhythm.
As uptown Jamaica and the rest of the world joyously accepted ska, downtown the music and the mood were changing.
The ska was upbeat. It expressed how the spirit of the people was. And then after, people start to observe and say, oh,